Okay, I want you to pause for a second. Not in a cute self-care Sunday kind of way. I mean, actually stop. Stop multitasking for 2 seconds. Because what I'm about to tell you, this might be the exact reason you're exhausted, overwhelmed, and still feel like you're falling behind. And no, this is not about taking a bubble bath. This is about the one thing that's quietly draining your energy, wrecking your focus, and making your life way harder than it needs to be. We need to talk about rest, and I promise, you've been doing it wrong. Stay with me. You are not built for this pace. Here's the truth nobody says out loud. You are not designed to operate like this. Not mentally, not emotionally, not physically. You are a mammal, not a machine, not an algorithm, not a productivity robot. And yet somehow, you've been living like one. Quick reality check. Even bees take breaks. Ants sleep. Trees literally have cycles of rest. Yes, you heard that right. Trees, rest. But you feel guilty sitting down for 10 minutes. That's not discipline, that's conditioning. And here's the part most people miss. That voice in your head saying, I should be doing more. That's not truth, that's programming. And today, we start rewriting it. The lie that's burning. This is the part that hits a nerve, especially if you're a high-achieving woman over 40. You were taught that rest is something you earn after the work is done, after everyone else is taken care of, after you've proven you deserve it. Now let me be very clear. That belief is costing you your energy, your focus, and your quality of life. Now here's where it gets interesting. When your brain is doing nothing, it's actually doing some of its most important work. It's solving problems, connecting ideas, processing emotions. That cool idea you had in the shower? That's not random. That's what happens when you finally stop overloading your brain. And here's the kicker. Taking breaks doesn't make you less productive. It makes you sharper when you come back. Let that land. If your brain does not know how to slow down, this is exactly what you need. I created a free guide called 6 Steps to Quieting Your Inner Judge because that constant mental pressure, it's not personality, it's a pattern, and patterns can be changed. Grab it below. Start today. The story you might be living. I want you to see if you recognize yourself in this. I had a client, smart, driven, successful. On paper, she had it all together. Behind the scenes, she was exhausted. She believed that slowing down and taking a vacation meant she was being ungrateful, especially because of how hard her immigrant parents had worked. So she kept pushing. Late nights, no real breaks, always on, and here's what happened. She wasn't fully present anywhere, not at work, not at home, not even in her own life. And this is the part that changed everything. It wasn't a time problem, it was a thought problem. Once we rewired her belief that rest equals laziness or disrespect, everything shifted. She started closing her laptop at a designated time. She took a beach vacation with her husband and read books for fun. She started going for regular nature walks. Her energy came back. Her focus improved along with work productivity. Her relationships got better. Not because she did more, but because she actually did less. And finally stopped overriding herself and allowed herself the rest and recovery she deserved. If you're realizing this isn't about time management, it's about how you think. That's exactly what I teach inside Master Your Mind. How to identify the stories running your life and actually change them. Because you don't need more discipline. You need a different mental operating system. Link below what high performers actually do. Okay, this might surprise you. The most successful, high-functioning people, they don't avoid rest. They use it strategically. Steve Jobs walked a lot, not for fitness, for thinking. Elite athletes, they schedule recovery as seriously as training because they know something most people ignore. Growth doesn't happen during effort, it happens during recovery. And here's a small shift that changes everything. Rest is not the reward. Rest is part of the system. Let me give you a few ideas that actually work, not the Pinterest version. Real life. A walk with no podcast, just your thoughts. A slow morning without immediately checking your phone. Eating dinner, sitting down like a human being. A 20-minute nap without guilt. And before your brain goes, I don't have time for that, pause. You don't have time not to. The question that changes everything. This is where it gets real. What would your life look like if you treated rest like it actually mattered, not optional, not indulgent, essential? Because here's the truth, your calendar, that's your values in real time. And if rest and recovery isn't on it, you've already decided it doesn't matter, even if you say it does. So here's your challenge, not 10 things, just one. Pick one form of real rest and schedule it this week, like a meeting you don't cancel. Because the goal is not to do less, it's to function better. Your brain never stops. Here's the part most people never realize. Even when you stop, your brain doesn't. It keeps working, sorting, solving, processing, but it can only do that when you give it space. So if you've been waiting until you earn rest, you're doing it backwards. Let me say this as clearly as possible. The life you want, it is not on the other side of doing more. It's on the other side of thinking better and giving yourself enough space to actually do that. If this hit you, don't just nod and move on. Do something with it. Download the free guide, 6 Steps to Quieting Your Inner Judge. Because that voice in your head, it's not helping you, it's exhausting you. And if you're ready to go deeper, Master Your Mind will show you exactly how to take control of your thinking so you can stop living in constant overdrive. Both are linked below. And one more thing, go schedule your rest. Not later, not when things calm down, this week, because you don't need permission. But just in case you were waiting for it, you have it. If this helped you, send it to the one friend who is always doing the most and running on empty. I'll see you in the next one. Now go sit down for a minute, seriously.